Right now, let's quickly introduce our guests on the show. Joining us today, we've got Vijay Chopra of E-Not Ventures and Hemen Kapadi of KR Choksi Securities. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us to answer all the questions. Let's straight away get started. Raj Patel is calling in from Rajkot. He has investments in Sterlite Technologies. Raj, thank you for calling. What's your question? How can we help you?
मेरे पास 500 शेयर है स्टरलाइट टेक्नोलॉजी के 97 के रुपीस पे।
अच्छा,
अक्टूबर पे खरीदा है मैंने।
अक्टूबर में
फर्दर एक मंथ का होल्ड कर सकता हूँ।
ठीक है, आपको फिर टेक्निकल एक कॉल देते हैं। Hemen, he's sitting on about a ₹5 loss on his purchase. What is it that you would advise him for the next 1 month? Is there any sign of an uptrend or an up move?
A small disclosure first, Surabhi, we have a positive fundamental coverage on the stock. Having said that, we are bullish on the long term. There's no doubt about that. But specifically, he's asked for a short-term view. It's not particularly looking weak or strong. It's more a range bound. So I'd have a hold with a stop loss of 88 and a target of 98, Surabhi.
All right, and that's the call on that particular stock. But turn our attention back to the frontliners. The Nifty comes up for you on the screen. We've gone back ahead and we've kissed the 7,800 odd mark. And I think a couple of heavyweight stocks would have moved in the last few minutes odd. So just pull up ITC. I think that stock did move quite well indeed. Just pull up ITC. That's the big boy that's moved over there. And Infosys as well is telling you, don't leave me out of this one. So Infosys as well has done a bit of a move. We have seen that Mahindra & Mahindra has built onto its gains, while Tata Power as well is doing its bit. And just take a look at the Nifty. It's screaming away now. In fact, we have moved to the high point of the day. So things looking quite good. Pull up HDFC as well. ITC, Infosys, HDFC. Put them together. 18% of the Nifty is in those three stocks. And all of them, in fact, have moved higher. And HDFC seems to be the one that has made the big difference in the last few minutes. And by the way, I think the mid-cap space as well is moving quite well. So GMR Infra has spiked up. We have Federal Bank as well. That's looking quite good in the last few minutes. But let's get back to answering your queries then. We have Neeraj Yadav, who calls us from Haryana. He has a query. Hi Neeraj, good afternoon. How can we help you?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
नीरज जी, आपका गुड आफ्टरनून। आपका सवाल क्या है?
सर मैं 25,000 रुपीज इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ SBI शेयर में, तो क्या ये सही टाइम है इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए?
ऑलराइट, और नीरज जी आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर है?
मैं सर 1 से 1.5 साल तक होल्ड कर सकता हूँ।
1 से 1.5 साल तक। ऑलराइट, लेट्स गो अक्रॉस टू आवर एक्सपर्ट्स then to just see whether or not they believe that SBI is a stock that you should get into at this point of time. Vijay, let's come across to you first. What's your take? Do you believe that SBI at these levels looks attractive? He's got a time horizon of more than a year.
I think, Nigel, that these are good times to get into quality stocks. We have seen a lot of damage happening in the markets, and especially banking stocks have corrected a lot. But I think that SBI around 220, 230 odd levels is a convincing valuation, and the kind of initiatives the government is taking and the RBI is taking, and of course the Governor Raghuram Rajan is working overtime on setting the balance sheets right for the banks, and a lot is going to happen in the next couple of years for sure. These bad loans are going to be converted either into some kind of assets, or they would be sold off to asset reconstruction companies. So I think that the case is very strong for SBI. And my take is that if somebody buys it with a longer term perspective, 300 is the level which can comfortably reach, this stock can comfortably reach in 1.5 years time. So definitely patience is required in this stock, but yes, it could be bought around 220 to 230. You get around these levels, you should buy.
All right, so State Bank of India, thumbs up coming in. Very quickly, Hemen, what would you say on State Bank? I mean, none of these banks have really made much money in the last couple of months for whoever's bought. But do you see that changing?
Not in the very near term, Surabhi, but I agree with the fundamental view that yes, State Bank looks a decent buy at around 220. So from a longer term point of view, that's a level even I'm looking at.
All right, so thumbs up from both our experts on State Bank of India. Now let's move on. Narendra Kumar is writing in from Jaipur. He's got 150 shares in Prestige Estates and he bought them at a price of around 225 rupees. He wants to know if he should hold on or sell out. So that's not really worked well for him. Prestige Estates, first let me come to you on the fundamentals, Vijay. I mean, fundamentally, is there any point trying to either average or be more patient with this investment?
Look, real estate has not been happening since a couple of years now. And I think that all the companies are languishing because the demand has not picked up at all. In spite of the fall in the interest rates, there's a huge inventory pile-up which is there with most of the real estate companies. Now, Prestige Estates, particularly, it is is doing a good job around Bangalore area in Karnataka, and it has also tried to dabble with some other states. But I think that the company is strong, and if somebody has patience for maybe around 2 odd years, yes, the stock can reach to 300, 350 levels. But yes, there's a huge amount of patience which is required, and if at all the interest rates fall further, it's going to give a boost to the housing sector, and of course the housing finance companies, which I've been advocating for quite some time. So patience is required. If the investor doesn't have that kind of patience, he should either switch to maybe some good infrastructure stock. L&T is a great buy. Maybe there are great pharma companies which one can get into at this point of time. So patience, or you exit right now and get into some other stuff.
All right.